So the best-selling car in China for the last couple of years has been the Tesla Model Y. But the second best-selling car in China is this. This is, in China, the BYD Seagull. For us, it's the BYD Dolphin Surf. It is a stupendously compact, really high-tech, amazingly affordable, small, Chinese-built car that's finally, after we've waited for a long time, arrived in the UK. We're at Alexandra Palace in northeast London, and we've come to see this rather beautiful little car, and I'm really excited to drive it. So that is the BYD Dolphin Surf, and this is the Fully Charged Show.
Love the Fully Charged Show? Then you'll love our EV test drives at our Everything Electric exhibitions. Next up, Vancouver.
So I've driven the BYD Atto 3 quite a lot. I've driven the BYD Dolphin once. I've driven the BYD Seal for quite a long time very recently. And I've got to say, they were all exceptionally good cars. There are design features, if you like, that go across the range. So the front is very reminiscent of all of them. But I actually think this looks better. I think this is a really cute front end of a car. So I've had it explained to me that it's very sea themed. The design influences are about the sea and waves and motion in the sea. And I've got to be honest, I can't really see that. I see a really nice, cute, small lime green car. I think it looks really good. One of the features I do like is where the charge point is, because that's very simple. That means you can drive into where there's a rapid charger or a Tesla supercharger. You open that and you plug it in. It's easy. You don't have to reverse it with that. And I think that's actually on a good side. I've decided that's a plus. 4 doors, 4 seats, not 5 seats, it's 4 seats. Plenty of headroom in the back. We'll discover that soon. It's a really neat, tidy little car. I just like the look of it. The back end, I think, is particularly good. I really like it. The spoiler there apparently really does help with the aerodynamics. Really super simple. It's got a really big trunk, which I'm impressed with. Very deep. It's got a lot of room down there. So for such a small car, it's got a surprisingly large amount of storage space in the back. So for comparison in terms of size, I mean, you've got to think of things like the Hyundai Insta, the Renault 5, the Dacia Spring, and coming soon, the ID2. So small, kind of what I would call small hatchback cars. There's quite a wide range of them, and this one is definitely a really serious competitor. I mean, it's such a popular car in China. When I was in China recently, I saw tens of thousands of these everywhere. They really are very, very common cars, and they've been really successful. You know, I think that's an important thing to think about when you think about electric cars, is how long have they been driven around, and how do they deal with being driven around a lot, and what's their range like, and how do people live with them? And clearly, you're not going to sell that many cars if it's rubbish. This is a really reliable, solidly well-built car with a huge knowledge of battery management and battery stuff, and the electric motor and everything about it is going to be well tested by the time we get our hands on one. So I think it's got a very good chance of being an extremely popular car in the UK. So the car comes in 3 variants: Active, Boost, Comfort. So Active, cheapest one, that has a 30 kilowatt hour battery. The WLTP range of that is about 130 miles, which, you know, we all know is probably not realistic. But interestingly, in urban driving, which is what I'm doing now, I'm driving through suburban London, BYD claim that this car, well, the cheapest car, the Active, will do around 200 miles of urban driving, because you're just going slowly like I am now. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't suddenly let rip. Well, you can, but then you lose your license. The other variants are Boost and Comfort. As I said, I think we're in a Comfort here that has a 43 kilowatt hour battery and a WLTP range of around 190 miles. But again, urban driving, like we're doing, it's hammering towards 300 miles on a charge, which is bonkers. But I mean, certainly 250 plus you would get out of that car. But that is really interesting, that the way that BYD are pitching this car is that you would charge this car once a week. If you were doing the shopping trips, taking the kids to school, going to the park on Sunday, you know, all the normal things you might do in an urban environment, the charging thing, which I think now becomes irrelevant. I think we should stop even mentioning it. It just doesn't matter. The car does what it should do. But when you do charge, if you're using a rapid charger, then you don't want to hang around for hours. Well, the Active charges at 65 kilowatts, which isn't that fast, but then the battery isn't that big. And the Boost and the Comfort charge at 85 kilowatts, which is way faster, which means, they're all going to be around 30 minutes to get it back up to full. You know, that's the way it works. We're really excited to partner with Duracell Energy to showcase their amazing renewable energy solutions. If you want to reduce your energy bills and join the renewable energy transition, installing home battery storage and solar panels at home is a great way to start. Duracell Energy's ecosystem of products typically partners with solar panels, but they can be used just as effectively without it, particularly for electric vehicle owners or anyone looking to take control of their energy. And with Duracell Energy's Platinum Homeowner offer, viewers can get a custom service that pairs you with top quality products and the best installers in your area. Plus, Duracell Energy's batteries, inverters, and EV chargers work together on one easy-to-use app. With features like dynamic tariff integration and grid services, you'll be able to maximize your return. Ready to get started? You can get your quote today. And don't forget, we're also giving away a Duracell Energy Bunny in every episode. Just answer the question about fully charged by following the link in the description. Good luck! So the first thing I want to say about this car, I've never been in it before, but immediately I sit in it, I'm incredibly familiar with all the controls. And they're very easy to learn, believe me, and I'm not good at this stuff. The controls are exactly the same in the BYD Seal, in the BYD Atto 3, in the BYD Dolphin, and now in this one. And so I know what everything does on the steering wheel, and the controls on the steering wheel are really useful. I did use them all the time. Screen is identical to those vehicles, it's just smaller. And the little dash screen, very nice, lots of good information that you need, really clear, very easy to glance down while you're driving. Keep an eye on that. I love the drive selector. I think this is one of the nicest things I've seen in any electric car. It's so simple. Because I wondered how do you put it into drive, and it's here. It's so simple. It's such a lovely little feature. Clearly, it's got physical buttons for heating, fan speed, all that sort of stuff. Volume. The volume button. Oh, that is nice. Just very, very simple. It's very nice materials. I mean, it is kind of plasticky, but I tell you what it is. It's really easy to clean. It's got Apple CarPlay. It's got all those things. There's 20 different storage compartments in this vehicle. I haven't found them all yet, but there's a lot of them. On the whole, though, I just think this is such a simple car. You just get in this car and start driving straight away without any trouble, and you'd learn the different features in the first hour that you used it, and you would never forget them, and you would have no trouble finding them. And I know that BYD software is just, on its many iterations, has just got better and better. It's really, really easy to use. That's nice. Let's have a look at the back. Oh, wow. Okay, so I honestly thought, I'd had one glance in the back and I thought that looks pretty cramped, but I won't say anything now. Now I'm in it, it's bizarrely roomy. So that seat is the position I'd have it. That's not Jack. If Jack was in this car, he'd probably have it a little bit further back, let's be honest. But I've got plenty of leg room in here. The comfy seats, good headrest, and I can see a lot. It doesn't feel like my vision is restricted. Door pockets, really useful in the back. Little pocket here. I mean, it's very minimal stuff. There's not a lot of fancy business going on here, but no, I like it. Oh, look at that. And the windows work with a little button there. That's nice. No, this is good. I like this. And there's a little hook there to hang your coat if you are neat and you want to hang your coat up. I'm just going to say the turning circle of this car is bonkers small. That is really impressive. Wow. So it's 10.5 metres. That's like a London taxi. That's like proper narrow. You can do a little U-turn anywhere. It's really good. What's interesting is you turn the wheel and it feels like you've turned as far as you can. But when you're doing a manoeuvre like that, if you keep pulling it, there's kind of spongy resistance. It goes like that. And then you get an even tighter turn. So this car comes with BYD's latest Blade batteries. The LFP Blade Battery makes packaging the battery pack that we're sitting on a much more efficient system. It maximizes the amount of energy that they can pack into the space. They're incredibly safe, these new batteries. They don't burst into flames. It's all that stuff. They're very, very good at not catching fire. They don't contain any cobalt or nickel, the really contentious metals that were in early electric vehicle batteries. They last longer. They have more charge and discharge cycles, all those things. They're really the next step in batteries. And that's not surprising really, because BYD are a battery company. That's what they do. And I've seen these battery packs and they are really amazing. And I've also seen the safety tests they've done with them, and they have smashed, bashed, crushed, folded, drilled, done all these incredibly damaging things to their Blade battery packs, and they don't catch fire. So today is actually the 15th anniversary of when the very first episode of the Fully Charged Show went out. I think it's quite a good point to reflect on what's happened in those 15 years and what this car really represents. So back then I was driving a car called a Mitsubishi i-MiEV. I loved it. It was a brilliant little car, but it was really expensive and it had very limited range. And it was very, very basic inside. In fact, the second time I wound the manual window down, the handle came off. Now, I could put it back on with a screw, but that was what happened. This car really represents the leaps forward. So this car is probably 15,000, 16,000 pounds cheaper. It goes 4 times further on a charge than the i-MiEV. It's just a massive improvement. It makes this sort of car really plausible for every type of person. You don't have to be a fanatical EV driver. This is just a sensible little car that you can use very, very easy in an urban environment. It uses very little electricity. It goes a really long way using very little energy. It's incredibly efficient. The battery is incredibly safe. It's just a much better machine all round. So I'm really thrilled to see this. It's got a lot of competition, but I think it's going to do extremely well. That's all we got time for. After 15 years of doing this, I really appreciate the fact that lots of people have subscribed. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Please do tell your mates about it. And as always, if you have been, thank you for watching.